Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some really big news where Nintendo is now being boycotted by the internet itself with a huge, massive call out by one of the most influential people in the Nintendo ecosystem when it comes to voice acting. Now, this has kind of been a big story, and it's already going massively viral on Twitter, on Reddit, and probably on YouTube these next few days, because it's just a crazy topic to go and see, and at the end of the day, it's almost kind of disappointing to see on how bad Nintendo has treated people, especially people they have worked with before. Now, in case you guys are kind of curious in this one, because this is some actually kind of crazy drama, right now we have the voice actress that has done the work for Bayonetta 1 and 2, who is calling out Nintendo on their awful practices, insanely low payment rates, and as well asking people to go and boycott the game, and as well, people are all over the place. Some people are super upset, some people are saying they're going to buy the game either way, but a lot of people are seeing her message, and I think that's probably what matters the most to her. So I want to go and kind of talk about this a lot, because I'm definitely a proponent of someone that if you can do your work and do it well, you should be properly compensated for it. And on top of that, too, if you have an insanely lowball offer, that is just insulting, especially if you'd worked with a company before. And this same woman has worked with, obviously, Bayonetta 1 and 2. And I'm sure if you guys have played those games back in the day or not, you guys actually may go and recognize her voice in the first place. So I'm going to show you guys her video. I'm going to talk about the statements, give you guys the details, and I want to hear your thoughts down below. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed. We do have a $500 giveaway going on. All you have to do at Banter is to be subscribed. And as well, we have the Twitter link down below for bonus entries with the Twitch and Twitter and all that. Amazon and Target links and all that stuff for as well for the PS5s. And let's dive into the video. So as I mentioned, there's essentially a really popular person. She's been around in the video game community for a while who did the voice acting over here for Bayonetta 1 and 2. And to kind of give you guys the brief top overview stuff, we'll go a little bit more into detail and also play out her video. She was only offered for the entire game, like we're talking the entire game, only $4,000 to be the voice of Bayonetta 3. Now, there's sometimes like a few younger folks out there in the community, but I'm sure most people would agree, anyone who's had like a job or worked a proper job, and especially in this economy too as well, $4,000 is insultingly low. In terms of the fact of how much dialogue, how much re-recording, how many potential issues there can be. Also, if you're doing this all from your house, all the time to spend having to go upload into the internet, also taking away time from other jobs too, because this would be for the full game. Not like, if it was like a few lines, sure. You know, if it's like a Mario, it's like, yeah, let's go! And do that in like one day and you get paid $4,000. That's not a bad deal, don't get me wrong, but for an entire game. So let me go and let her speak for herself, because this is, as I mentioned, her call out, and it's kind of insane that this is even a thing right now.
Hello, my name's Helena Taylor, and I am the voice of Bayonetta, and I would like to explain to you why I didn't voice Bayonetta 3. The Bayonetta franchise made an approximated $450 million.
Jeez.
That's not including merchandise. As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years. 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, with voice coach Barbara Barkery, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout, a flat rate, was $4,000 US dollars.
Okay, so first, let me chime in really quick. That is insulting, because let alone just like, even if you're like a day one voice actor, like you just got out of college, you want to do that, I would say for an entire game, that is insultingly low. Like, think about how many hours, how much practice, how much like retakes, how much travel, etc., all that stuff tied on in. Plus, also, that means any future, like maybe voiceover lines and stuff like that for trailers, etc., there's a lot of marketing, a lot of promotion, and $4,000 is nothing. Like that, like, keep in mind, I want to keep stressing, the entire game. Like, the entire game. It's not just like a one-liner or whatever, the entire game. But also, part two, this is someone who has worked on before. We did Bayonetta 1 and 2, so it almost has the extra, like, value. So I think a good example of, like, all these really big famous movie stars, too, as well, like you say, Iron Man. As you go and have these returning features, you're essentially an integral member of the community. Like, you're basically the star of the show. So obviously, if your show goes good, which Bayonetta 1 and 2 both did, and does have a really good cult following, that means you actually have a lot more extra value added to it as well, because people see the reoccurring characters and voices, and they're familiar with it. I think a good example still, like I said, is Iron Man, or, like, the prices kept on going up and up and up, because guess what? The demand is there. Like, not many people can go and kind of replace him as a character. So that alone, like, just off of that alone, $4,000 should be like hey, this is like your random monthly fee for, like, housing and moving to LA or whatever you have to do, let alone payment.
This is an insult to me.
It is.
The amount of time that I took to work on.
Also, what on earth was that sound? The fact
my talent and everything that I have given to this game and to the fans. I am asking the fans to boycott this game and instead...
That sound is really weird to take away from our call. So when it comes to the boycott too, and this is where, like, a lot of people are kind of getting up in arms. Some folks obviously don't care about the drama. Some people are just gonna be, I'm gonna play the game, I like the OG versions, it sucks for your situation, I sympathize for you, but I'm still gonna play the game. But as well, a lot of people are also resonating with her, and they're gonna be like, yeah, this is awful. You are the star. You are the voice I recognize. You are part of the game as much as anyone else may have been back in the day. And you have, like, this, history and repertoire with Nintendo. So what is going on? So it's kind of like on the both sides too. And it just, either way, this was only out a few hours ago as of today. And already on Twitter alone, it's already had 2.6 million views and like 100,000 favorites. So clearly this is going viral.
Spend the money that you would have spent on this game, donating it to charity. I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but it was immoral.
In all honesty, like, that's a very, very strong, powerful statement myself. I just keep on stressing, $4,000 is nothing. Like, that's like some people in their normal jobs, like, think like, not to say like you have to, like, for voice actors. I think someone else also mentioned Troy Baker, who's making like $6 million a year, which also probably does include other things and other appearances and, showcasing up on game events and, other voiceover work, etc. But just to kind of go and show the comparison of that. Because I almost want to say $6 million, like, divided by 365 days. Obviously, she's not as well known of a brand as that too as well. But, like, I'm just saying, there is a lot of big stuff to this. Like, it's just kind of crazy. And a lot of folks are calling out, like, unions. A lot of people are calling everything else too. Basically saying that all these voice actors should be coming together because we don't want to be taken advantage of from other people and other voice actors. And this almost kind of ties into as well with just a lot of voice actors being mistreated in the video game industry too as well. Yeah. This is awful. This is awful, dude. This is awful. But, like, we're seeing people in the community, like I said, kind of supporting it, where it's like, hey, guys, let's just go boycott the game. They only gave her $4,000, which is not even 2 months of rent. She's especially in LA too as well. Some people are like just either being trolls or just kind of throwing with it, say I'm just going to go and buy it too as well. Yeah, it's just all on top of this too. So basically they're saying like $4,000 is the equivalent of 66 copies of Bayonetta 3. Obviously there's a development cost and like marketing costs as well, plastic costs, etc. But like this is insane because they do think that they probably will make that money back very, very quickly too as well. So a lot of folks are saying, hey, this is not cool. Hey, you're not being paid well. Hey, this is not like a good vibe too on top of this. It's just not a good vibe too. Like other folks out here saying you're always going to be Bayonetta yourself. I'm heartbroken to see and how low this would be in the first place too as well. And it's just very, very sad to go and see, like a lot of folks out there too as well. So apparently someone's saying $4,000 is the industry standard too as well, which I kind of feel like that's not true. I know quite a few voice actors and friends who have done voice acting myself. Even I've had voice acting rates, although I'm not good at it, so I never take them. And at that point, like the price points, you could get kind of high up there, especially if you were a prior integral part of the community. That was also even a kind of a nifty thing over here just to go and see, where they show that the Bayonetta made was approximately $450 million after all these years of practice and art and everything else too as well, and they just want to have it all put together for charity. She wanted to stand up for people who don't get paid enough for their talents too as well. This affected me and made me think I was going to be on the streets, which affected me mentally. Bayonetta always stands up for those with less power and for what is right, and with this, you stand with her. thank you. I auditioned for the role and passed with flying colors. They then sent me an insulting offer, so I thought and did write to Hideki Kayama and went to ask him for what I'm worth. A friend wrote in Japanese to him, and I got a reply where he said he values me greatly, my contributions to the game, and the fans really want me to voice it over. Then I received a better offer, $4,000. So that's also the secondary offer too, not just the first offer. Platinum said that I was very busy, that I had a tough schedule, and I actually had nothing but time. But so basically they're saying lying, like, no, I would literally go and do this if I was paid well. I wish the new actress all the best luck in the world, which is also wholesome as well, but she's not the voice of Bayonetta. I created that voice. She has no right to sign merchandise as Bayonetta, any more than I have the right to sign as Eva Green, even though I was her parrot in the video game, The Golden Campus. So, kind of crazy stuff. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Are you still going to buy the game? Are you not going to buy the game? And just what do you guys think overall? Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway and all the other Xbox or $500 thing. We have the Twitter and Twitch link down below, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching in the first place.